Good morning and welcome to this edition of San Diego People. I'm Lauren Finney. Last year, 48% of households in San Diego contributed money to charities in 2016, and 37% volunteered for a charity or cause. This coming Tuesday is the National Philanthropy Day, a day to celebrate all of the hard work of those who give back to our community. And with me now is Joyce Glazer, the Planning Committee Chair for National Philanthropy Day. Joyce, thank you so much for being here.
Sure.
This is such an important cause that many people don't think about, but it would be a very sad community if we weren't so centered around giving back. Talk a little bit about National Philanthropy Day and what that means.
Okay. National Philanthropy Day is sponsored by the Association of Fundraising Professionals, the San Diego chapter. And of course there are events all around the country. I came from Des Moines, Iowa, and we had National Philanthropy Day in Des Moines. We honor people who have exceeded. They were chosen to be honored at this day in 7 different categories we have, including an outstanding philanthropist, outstanding fundraising professional, and we're even honoring a couple of students for their volunteer work. The event is not only to honor these people, it's attended by philanthropists, fundraisers, business executives, just the whole general community. We expect about 1,000 people will be at the Del Mar Fairgrounds on November 14th, and so that's a huge, huge crowd.
Yes.
To see these people honored, as well as to support the volunteer work that is done in this community for the nonprofits.
Right, and we were talking off camera, but part of your job is really to sell why philanthropy is important to not just our community, but all communities around the world. San Diego would be such a different place if it weren't for all of the nonprofits and different philanthropic groups around, right?
Absolutely. Our community, we basically wouldn't have anything to offer if we didn't have the nonprofits. I don't know the exact number. It's somewhere between 9,000 and 12,000 nonprofits in the city. But performing not only for the arts, but for education, for health and welfare, and basically taking care of people and building our community to make it a strong and desirable community for people to work, live, and play. And you know, we recruit business people to come to work in the city, and if we don't have anything to offer them, they don't want to be here.
Right.
So it's quite a wide range.
Yeah, and aside from great weather that is Southern California, we all know there are so many things within the arts community as well that San Diego offers.
Right, and they all depend on the work of volunteers and philanthropy. So they can't be supported without philanthropists, and there's not a museum or the arts, the opera or the symphony. They cannot sustain without contributions. Ticket sales don't cut it.
Right. And we talked to some of the numbers in the intro of the show. 48% of households last year gave money. Mm-hmm. Where do those numbers rank nationally? How does San Diego sit as far as a philanthropic community?
So the San Diegans are very philanthropic, and we can all be very proud of that. I think we were just ranked #1 by the Charity Navigator as the most philanthropic community, and we beat out Houston this year. This was a year 2016.
Right.
So.
And for people who want to get involved in this year's event that's happening Tuesday, as we talked about at the Del Mar Fairgrounds, how can they do that? How can they get involved? Maybe this is a new idea to them, a new day to celebrate. Is there a way for others to get involved?
Well, at this point, we've been working on this for about a year, so we're pretty well lined up, but we can always use more help for volunteers. But the best way a person can support is go online and purchase a ticket and come and see firsthand for yourself.
And you probably figure out new ways to get involved. Looking at video from last year's event, we can see our own Sandra Moss there taking part. Tell us a little more about the event and specifically who's honored.
Sure. Well, one of the things that makes this event different this year is we have a keynote speaker, and in the past we haven't had. But it's one of the major philanthropists in the city, and he was honored a few years back as the philanthropist of the year, and it's Malin Burnham. So Malin is very
well-known name in our community.
Sure, and he's very excited to have the opportunity to share his own views on philanthropy and encourage those who have not been involved to take part in whichever way they can.
And this really encompasses every category. We talked about arts, but it's health and wellness as well. It's different organizations throughout the community and giving back in all different ways, not just monetary.
Exactly. Well, time, talent, treasure. That's what we always talk about. You know, there are so many ways that a person can be helpful. Our theme this year is reaching new heights, and we think we are reaching new heights with supporting organizations, the organizations that have needs. Whether it be with volunteers or donations at any level. You know, it doesn't have to be, you don't have to be the outstanding philanthropist to be able to make a contribution to an organization of your choice.
And so National Philanthropy Day also gives back to the community of San Diego in that way.
Well, it does, because we train, part of the proceeds from this on Tuesday will go to the organization to support, to provide younger people the opportunity to attend workshops, seminars, and conferences to better qualify them in their positions.
And figure out ways to give back. Are we seeing a trend? You know, we hear so much about the millennial generation and different generations. Are we seeing a trend one way or another as to new generations coming up as far as wanting to be more involved in their communities in a philanthropic way, giving back?
Well, you know, that's a segment of the population that every organization I know would like to capture. Yeah. It's an educational process. Some of the millennials have not been involved, and some organizations do better than others in bringing them in, and that's part of what we aim to do on National Philanthropy Day through the organization of fundraising professionals.
Really getting the word out to the younger generation that, you know, start them early, get involved, figure out what you like to do as a volunteer, and contribute that way.
One of our honorees is a 14-year-old.
That's fantastic.
And he has incredible credentials as far as going to school, also involved with the organization Barrio Logan College Institute, as well as giving back and working in the community. So it's very inspiring. And then we have another student who just graduated, and she's a college student. But to qualify, they had to participate and do volunteer work in the community as well.
We certainly hope they are inspiring other younger people to get involved.
Right.
Glazer, thank you so much. Appreciate it. And we will definitely follow up on National Philanthropy Day.
Okay, thank you.
Coming up, we will talk to two of the people being honored this year at National Philanthropy Day's event and explore their insight on how to give back. Stay with us.